Labiotech headed to the Danish capital recently to attend the Medicon Valley Alliance annual summit. The alliance has been in existence for 25 years, and Medicon Valley, which covers eastern Denmark and southern Sweden, has grown to become one of Europe's leading life science regions. It has 65,000 life science jobs, 9 universities and 9 life science parks. While at the one-day event celebrating the region's biotech and life sciences, we had the opportunity to talk about the SmiLe Incubator, which is located in Lund, Sweden.
Yes, so my name is Ebba Fåhraeus. I am the CEO of SmiLe Incubator. SmiLe Incubator is a non-for-profit business incubator focusing on supporting entrepreneurs within life science to reach commercialization or a real business transaction of some sorts. We have to date, we're turning 15 this year. We have to date worked with 100 companies, which of 85% are alive and kicking. The companies have been very, very successful in raising capital. So to date they have raised about 700 million euro in venture capital. That's not counting the soft money. And of that money, about 10% is being raised while they're in the incubator. And the incubator program runs 2 to 5 years. Approximately, it depends, because we span over the whole space of life science. So we have biotech, medtech, diagnostics, e-health, data analytics, and actually we do have lately some food tech, deep tech, food tech companies as well.
It seems from what you were showing me that it's not just a location, it seems very much somewhere where there's a lot of collaboration and a lot of assistance.
Yes, we're basically an ecosystem by ourselves. So we are a physical space. The companies don't have to be physically at SmiLe, and we are in Lund, by the way, but the majority of them are, and one reason they are is that they are using our lab facilities, but they do collaborate quite a lot, and we encourage that. We have an open door policy between the companies, and we have breakfast every week. They share. We have 50-60 people attending each breakfast from the companies. So there's a lot of sharing going on. There's a lot of expertise that you meet by the coffee machine. The next, your neighbor probably knows something that you need to know next week, and they do share. We don't bring in companies that are direct competitors in the incubator programs at the same time, because we really want that spirit of sharing and giving forward to be part of our culture.
And you mentioned there's a lot of different nationalities there, and also a lot of people that start out in Lund and end up coming back there.
Yeah, that is true. In the incubator companies, we currently have 40 different nationalities working as employees or founders in the companies. And looking at the founders, I would say about 50% of the founders come out of Lund University directly. Some of them through the tech transfer, some of them directly to SmiLe. However, if you look at the background of all the companies, the founders, I would say maybe up to 70% have at some point early on in their career studied or done research at Lund universities, but some of them have gone abroad for postdocs, maybe worked in the industry, and at some point decided to come back and start a company. And then of course we do have, for the health tech companies, we have Sony Ericsson nearby, so they have had layoffs, and these kind of situations creates a lot of new companies always.
And lots of female CEOs as well, which is good.
Yeah, I am particularly proud of that, of course. We have about 40% of the CEOs and founders, they are CEOs and founders, are females. And they are, surprise, surprise, looking at the rest of the world, actually better to raise venture capital than the male CEOs are. So we are very successful. The female CEOs raise about 50% of the capital, and they are 40%. So they are actually, that tells, the numbers then shows that they are actually more successful even. So quite unusual, and we are very focused on inclusion and gender equality, and we are working with these offices, with these questions a lot with the companies and talk about it. And there's a big interest. from all the companies, because everybody kind of understands that at this point where we are, it's very important to have diversity to become successful, and yeah.
And something else that you showed me that was quite interesting was the boot camps that seem as though it's another something that you don't necessarily have to do, but that you want all of your companies to succeed.
Yes, so we run 2 different boot camps. We run a biotech boot camp, which is actually running right now in collaboration with BioM in Germany and sponsored by Merck. This is an 8-week program for biotechs, and we take on 8 to 10 companies or projects. It doesn't have to be a company, and you can apply globally. You don't have to be Swedish or incorporated companies in any way. The project can come from anywhere, and we pick out 8 to 10. Very intense program, full-time work basically for those 8 weeks with mentors, with pitch training, with coaching. And then we run a similar program in the springtime for health tech companies, and the same setups. And again, anyone can apply. You need to have a business idea, your idea of a team, and this is really a program to help verify your initial idea. And if you find that is viable, or sometimes you have to change it, it's quite possible to apply to go into the incubation programs after that. And another program we run really to inspire, and of course I should say these are for free. There is no cost associated to participation. Another program we run is the eCampus. eCampus is a digital training program for entrepreneurs, wannabes, within life science. So it really teaches you about what does it mean to be an entrepreneur within life science. What does it take to develop your research to become a company? So it touches on financing, it touches on basic economics, it touches on venture capital, of course regulatory space, etc. It's self-studies. We prefer that you do it during those 10 weeks, I think, and it's maybe 4 to 7 hours a week, but at your own pace at night. There's quizzes, there's stuff that you have to pass. You will get a diploma at the end. It gets really great ratings. We have about 30-40 participants per batch, and very, very popular and really great ratings. And some of these companies show up later, or the individuals show up later in a boot camp, because then they have decided to take that step and start running their business idea.
All right. And could you tell me about is it Max S?
Yes. We have a collaboration with Max 4 and ESS called Max S Business Arena. And this collaboration is about being a step-in arena, developing processes for small companies to access these huge international infrastructures, because today they're very much geared towards academics or large corporations. It's quite difficult for a small startup to even understand how to access. So we are working very closely with them now to develop a process and support systems that even small startups from wherever can access these infrastructures.
And one of the themes from this morning seems to be collaboration and finding talent. Clearly there's a lot of collaboration going on at SmiLe. How do you see the future for SmiLe, and how do you see growth? Because obviously you can only grow so far with limited number of people.
Yes, we are aiming to be one of the top life science incubators in Europe. That's where we're going, and we are getting more and more international interest. We get lots of questions for collaborations, and we do collaborate a lot. We believe in collaborations. I mean, most of structures like us or organizations have a lot of public funding, so I think we should, make the world better together and help out doing that. Having said that, of course, you have to have ambitions, and I'd rather be first among equals than last among equals. So we're trying to build this, and we will build it with collaborations.
Right. And how the talent side of things, how do you see being able to attract more people? Because the bigger it grows, the more people you need, and the smaller the pool is, I guess.
Yeah, the fantastic part of being a non-for-profit with a true mission, and our mission is strengthening mankind through innovation, life science and entrepreneurship, and that is actually SmiLe. And having that as your mission attracts people. So looking at our business coaches, which are I think 8 or 9 right now, the majority of them have a CEO background. Several of them have brought companies to the stock market. So they are seasoned business people. And of course, we're non-for-profit. It's not like we are offering packages in terms of monetary packages that are attractive to what they could get in the industry, but what we are offering is to be part of changing the world and being good every day and doing something really important, and that attracts people. So if you have done the corporate wheel for so many years, some people have the time and possibility and the capability to be giving forward and giving back, and I think that's what's attractive. And there's nothing more fun than to meet brilliant startups and entrepreneurs every day. I mean, you cannot have any more fun than that. You will never age.